want to learn the best subconscious rewiring technique, aka the hypnosis technique, as a transformative coach, this is going to be the best technique that you will forever learn, no matter what modality you've been trained in. This is what is going to help you create fast and epic client breakthroughs, which is why you came into the space to begin with, right? And so, no, it will not be a certain script. It will not be a certain language pattern. And it's not going to be some sort of age regression or past life regression or super conscious, whatever type regression. It's not going to be any of those techniques. What you'll actually learn is how to determine whether the information that your clients are giving you is conscious information or unconscious information. This is the best technique you'll ever learn because, as you know, the reason why you're so fascinated with studying hypnosis or subconscious rewiring is because you know that massive impact and results come from working with the subconscious, right? So when you're able to actually determine what information is conscious versus unconscious, then this really helps you to know what to focus on in your sessions. And, techniques such as regression is going to be one way, but there are many different ways, right? So, for example, you've learned a modality that is very reliant on regressions. The reason why that works is because the mind, when it brings up memories that are related to whatever issue that we have or whatever problem that we have, it brought that up for a reason, right? Because somehow it has linked that memory to a particular to the reason as to why that issue exists within your client or within you if you're receiving a session. And the truth is, when you ask or non-organically ask the client to regress, this has some pros and cons to it, right? If you think about it this way, something like regression is a technique. And when you use a technique, there's limitations to it because when you think about memories, like we're creating memories right now, right? I have a memory right at this present moment, talking on camera. I have a memory right before I pressed record, and I'm going to have a memory right after I press stop recording. We're constantly having different memories, right? And so when we use a regression technique, we're only going to like three or maybe five memories. And although those memories can be significant and can contain unprocessed emotions and information, it's very limited because kind of think of it as a ball like this, right? For example, your client doesn't feel like they're good enough to make sales or good enough to go past a certain income level. This is, this big knot that is in their brains. It contains all the things, either beliefs, false conclusions, maybe some memories, maybe some weird metaphorical thing. All of the reasons as to why they don't feel good enough to hit their income goal is within this. And within this, there's going to be not just 3 to 5 memories, there's probably going to be 1,000 memories, right, that are stemming from here that constitute whatever this belief is. So when you're using a technique such as regression, then you're limiting your ability to actually tackle this big thing. And that's why maybe sometimes you have clients who really just they have a difficulty changing and nothing works for them, right? It's really part of the reason is because, you're like chipping away at this big rock, whereas, another way is to just look at this rock, investigate why this rock is there, how it formed, when it formed, instead of picking away at a small memory, looking at it as a whole. Because when you look at it as a whole and when you really start to get better as a hypnotist into um, investigating what is in this ball of why they can't seem to naturally just go on top of that, go past that income goal, then it's going to be more powerful because this is the root cause, let's just say, right? But using techniques and all of those other things limit your ability to fully investigate the problem because you're just chipping away at a small rock instead of looking at that rock, asking the subconscious, why is this rock here? How can we untie the knots that form this block and instead make new neural connections to ensure that this rock no longer stops your client from getting into income goal that they want? Wouldn't that be a better approach rather than picking away the small little memories, right? And so the reason why this wall is here is because that client has somehow unconsciously hidden the reason as to why this exists. And when you're able to look at what information is conscious, fluff, versus unconscious, what is in here, then it is what is going to help you get those client breakthroughs faster because you're directly looking at this instead of picking away the small things, right? Does that make sense? And so when you're able to, when you ask your clients questions, as you go layers deeper, ask them the questions to get to the subconscious. And when you're able to look at, okay, what is conscious and unconscious? Okay, so, okay, I found that unconscious thing. Let me ask the client more about that. You go deeper. Oh, I found more unconscious moments. It gets you deeper. I found more and more and more unconscious moments. It's growing. Boom, you get here. This is how you create those client breakthroughs, right? Not just by telling them to regress, which is really just picking at it. You're going down using conversation, using the tools to determine whether a problem is conscious versus unconscious. And when you're able to really learn this, your client results are going to be extremely, extremely epic because, as you know, the conscious mind and unconscious mind communicates very differently. Conscious mind, logic, analysis, step by step, 1, 2, 3 to 100, A to Z, certainty, right? Um, Words, language, sentences. That is how the rationales, excuses, um, yeah, rationales and excuses. Those are what the conscious mind, that's how the conscious mind communicates. Whereas the subconscious mind speaks through emotions, feelings, metaphors, um, visions, memories, right? When you can, and it's very creative. It feels through the subconscious communicates through bodily processes because that it also controls the nervous system. So any type of nervous system type response that your clients are showing, then you can use that because that's one of the ways that your subconscious mind communicates as well. And so when you're able to just learn how to really look for these unconscious moments, which is exactly what I teach inside the next advanced conversational hypnosis training, then instead of picking at that rock, you'll be able to just get that rock, shake it up a little bit, stir it up a little bit, and have this relationship with your client's subconscious mind that it goes poof. And once you get to that root cause, everything that is associated with this root cause also gets resolved. So it's not a surprise that even though you're helping your clients achieve their income goals, they're not just going to make more money. They're also going to improve their relationships. They're going to improve their health habits. If they are having some maybe emotional eating or some sort of addiction as well, if you get to that root cause, then you'll be able to help them with those things as well because our problems hold hands with other problems, right? It's all connected. Separation isn't a thing. Everything is connected. And so when you're able to really develop the skill, you will become known as the standout coach, hypnotist in your field because you're able to get clients into a place that not only feels safe and fun for them. Get them to a place that no one else has taken them because you are investigating the problem instead of just using scripts and other things that technically they could just go on YouTube to get, right? For free. So be that coach who actually is focused on client transformations. And the best way you can do this is through learning advanced conversational hypnosis. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.